The thought of doing that, oh no, not for me. Basically body shamed before it even happened. It's a big fear of mine because I dropped out of university. I'm going to read to you from the first journal I ever started. Hello everyone, welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Jinti and I make videos on this channel with my partner Chris and daughter Ayana, all about alternate living, simple living, travel and lots of other stuff. This video is going to be a little bit different today, and I'm going to talk about how we grew this YouTube channel and share with you tips that have really helped me along the way. Before I get into the video, I just want to say a massive thank you to Squarespace who are sponsoring this video, and I'll share a little bit more about who they are at the end of the video. So let's get into it. I get asked all of the time about how we started on YouTube, how we grew our channel, and today I'm going to share with you some of my top tips just through my own personal experience. They might be a little different from other videos you may have watched. I really feel like these tips have helped me a lot in my own experience, and they're certainly not YouTube specific. You can apply these tips to any sorts of goals that you have, and yeah, I hope you find them really helpful. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I have broken them down into 5 main tips. Tip number 1 is probably my favorite, and that is to spend time aligning your thoughts with what it is you desire, aligning your thoughts with your goals. So if you have a goal like I did of starting a YouTube channel, but you have all of these thoughts that are full of doubt and negativity and undercutting what you actually want, ultimately it's going to be a lot harder to begin and have faith and to trust that you can do what it is you want to do. So before I ever uploaded a first video, I actually spent months journaling, using affirmations to affirm what it was that I wanted to create on YouTube and why I wanted to do it. Every single morning I would say affirmations, even like I am a YouTuber, I connect with people all around the world spreading my message, I'm deserving of success, I am worthy, like nothing will stop me from achieving my dreams, all sorts of things to cultivate this mindset so that I started to really believe that I could do it, because I had this desire and I wanted my thoughts to be supportive of that end goal. And I think that is incredibly important. If you have watched my channel for a while, you know I'm a big believer in the law of attraction and that everything starts with the mind. So before you begin whatever it is you want to start, I really recommend starting to look at your thoughts and just take notice if they're supporting what it is that you want or if they are actually hindering you, because it's so often we are the people standing in our own way. So I would get clear on my thoughts, create some positive affirmations and repeat them over and over again until you really start believing that you can do exactly what it is you want to do. So that is my first tip. My second tip is don't tell everyone what you are doing. I've actually seen this recommended to people quite a bit on starting YouTube, is to like tell all your family and friends and get them on board and get them subscribed to your channel. And if that feels really good for you, then definitely go ahead and do that. But for me, I was terrified of people that I knew watching our videos. I just was not comfortable with the idea. I wasn't confident yet in my ability to put videos out there. I was just like, I didn't really want anyone to watch them at the start. I just wanted to get comfortable in the whole process to begin with. And I think by telling all the people around you and putting it out there, sometimes it can make you feel really like uncomfortable, and well, that was certainly my experience. So what I did is I didn't tell anyone. I just started because I didn't want that pressure and I didn't want those judgments or anything like that. Very different telling people very close to you, maybe like your best friend, maybe your partner, maybe your parent, maybe a sibling who you know will deeply support you and be your biggest like cheerleader basically. But it's very different, you know, you put it out there to the world and then just feel really like uncomfortable with all these people that you know, like sort of maybe watching what you're doing when you're not really confident yet. So yeah, that is my advice. Actually keep it to yourself for a little bit until you've just really decided that this is what you want and that you are ready to make this commitment and that you really enjoy doing it, instead of being like, I'm doing like weekly videos, like everyone head over and watch my videos, let me know, give me some feedback. I don't know, the thought of doing that, oh no, not for me, but it might be for you. This is just my experience. So my third tip is one that I personally found extremely helpful: reserving a seat for your critics. So we share our lives with so many people here, and it can be overwhelming to start because you're like, I'm scared of what people will think. I think it depends on the person, what your personal fears are going to be around starting out, or taking those first few steps towards whatever it is you want to begin, whether that be YouTube or any other goal. I was really inspired by the book Daring Greatly by Brené Brown, and she recommended reserving a seat for your critics. So she sort of believes that to put yourself out there is to be vulnerable, and it is terrifying, but it's incredibly important and the only real way that we can allow ourselves to genuinely be seen and share our story and connect with people. But yeah, it's often terrifying, especially at the start, until you start, becoming more comfortable and confident in what you are doing. So I sort of had a look at my thoughts and assessed what my greatest fears were. Like, what was I really scared of other people thinking about me? And then I got clear on what that was, and I reserved a seat for them. I was like, look, you're welcome to come and watch my videos. You're welcome to critique and judge what I put out there. I can't stop you from doing that, and I'm not going to try. I can't please everyone, but I'm ready for you to come, and your opinions are not going to stop me, because I've been really clear on why I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And so the opinions and judgments of other people, whilst sometimes it is hard to take on and hear, they were not going to stop me. So I'm going to read to you from the first journal I ever started around like creating this YouTube channel. All of my affirmations and everything I use for my goals and stuff are in this journal. So I'm going to read to you the four seats that I reserved for people. So the first seat was the people that will think that I am a bad mom. That was a huge fear of mine, that because parenting is already just so difficult, and the thought of other people judging how I parent and saying that I'm a bad mom and all of that sort of stuff was a massive fear of mine. So I had a seat for all the people that thought I would be a bad parent. The second seat were people that will think I'm unqualified, that I wasn't qualified enough to share anything. I think this was a big fear of mine because I dropped out of university, I didn't have a degree, and there's so much emphasis on degrees, and I was worried that people would be like, you have no right to share because you're not qualified. My third seat was the people that will find me unattractive. We are so criticized and judged on our appearance, and putting yourself out there online or really in anywhere, people will judge and critique how you look, which is so superficial, I know, but it is the truth. So I prepared myself for that. I prepared to be judged and basically body shamed before it even happened, because I knew that it would happen, which sucks to say, but I was prepared for it, and I just was like, it's not going to stop me from showing up and being seen. And the fourth seat that I reserved for my critics was for myself and my inner critic. And basically I just said, I hear you, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm not going to let that little voice in the back of my head stop me and keep me small, because I was so done with that. And I think that's a really, really important seat to reserve, because so often we are our biggest critic for sure. So that is my third tip, to reserve a seat for your critics. I've got two more tips. My fourth tip is to get clear on your why. Why do you want to do whatever it is you want to do? Like, why? So often it's really hard to answer this question, and it's okay to just have the desire and not really know why just yet. Sometimes you figure that out as you go along, but it's really important to start finding that answer in yourself. For me, starting like this YouTube channel, my why was because initially I just had this desire to share my story, and I had struggled doing that in the past, and I just thought like, no, I'm ready now. I want to share my story. I want to connect with people, and I want to spread this message that, you know, you are enough just as you are, and that you can live simply and you can live different alternate lifestyles than the norm, and that it is okay. You don't have to be more than exactly who you are right now, that you can follow your heart's desires. You do not have to follow what everyone else is doing, and it's okay. And basically that was my why, just to lead by example, to follow my own heart. And YouTube was just like the perfect platform because I got to share my story, and I also had the opportunity to create an online income, because traveling as a family was this huge desire of mine. I didn't want to be stuck in a home paying rent and working jobs that we weren't passionate about. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to travel and explore with Chris and Ayana, and YouTube was just like this platform that I could share my story, connect with people all around the world, spread this message that I had inside of me that I felt I needed to share, whilst also earning revenue online. So that was my why. And why I think it's important to have a why is that because when things get hard and you start second guessing what you're doing, when things aren't going to plan, or you do get criticized, or you know, you just have those days when you're like, why am I doing this? I give up, I've had enough, like this isn't working, no one's like watching our videos, or I'm stressing out about all of these sorts of things. You're like, why am I doing this? And to just go back to that original reason and just to remind yourself of that is super important and motivating, and it gets you going again. You're like, no, there is a higher reason as to why I want to do this, and it's just not for fun. It's not something I can just give up like that. Like, a huge why of ours was also to, you know, pursue our dreams so that we could lead by example for our daughter, so that she could see that we were chasing our dreams, so that hopefully we could, you know, show her that it was okay for her to chase hers. So yeah, having a higher purpose, a why, is incredibly important in making, you know, an ongoing commitment to anything that you want to achieve. My fifth tip is super important, especially when you're starting out at something new, and that is done is better than perfect. If you are waiting to be perfect at something until every single thing falls into place and it is the perfect time and boom, you are an expert at whatever it is you want to start, you will never start, because you have to experience the journey before you can become an expert at anything. You learn as you go. You cannot know everything and make everything perfect, because it's completely an illusion. It's not even real. It's never going to happen. You just have to start and learn as you go. When we started this channel, we had absolutely no idea what we were doing, but we just started because I had the desire, and I got clear on my why, and I was determined to make this work. We are so far from being perfect. No one is online. That is not the goal. That's a complete illusion, and we're learning all of the time and just trying to do our best each time. But you've got to just start. I know that is really hard, but honestly, like if you start today, where you can be in 12 months from now, whatever it is you want to do, can absolutely blow your mind. But not starting is when you are going to like feel so much regret and feel disheartened, and that's when you'll be down on yourself. You'll regret not starting, but you will never regret trying and learning from your mistakes and growing from them. So just start is definitely probably my most important tip I wanted to share with you guys today. So having said all of that, I just want to make it clear, oh my gosh, I'm so often feel like I have no idea what I'm doing on YouTube, and I remember thinking like, oh, when we have like 100,000 subscribers, like we'll have it sorted then, we'll know what is up. Guys, we still feel like we don't know what we're doing. We're just trying to show up and be ourselves and be authentic and share from our heart. So thank you to every single person that has joined us on this journey. I hope these tips were somewhat helpful for you. Let me know if you like these sit down style videos. Please give this a thumbs up if you did find it helpful. It really supports this channel, And yeah, I wish you absolutely all the best in your journey, whatever it is you want to achieve, and know that I wholeheartedly believe in you and your abilities. So thank you so much for watching. Before I go, I just want to again thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Squarespace is an online platform with thousands of beautiful website layouts. It's incredibly easy to use. So if you want to check them out, you can head over to squarespace.com to start a free trial, and when you're ready to take your website live, you can go to www.squarespace.com/Jinti for 10% off your first order. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you found these tips helpful. Bye!